Hello FlossTube, this is Kate Madamice and welcome back to my FlossTube channel. Today is Sunday, October 13th and I have a little bit to share with you guys. I haven't had a ton of time to stitch since my last video, which was the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon that was last weekend. If you haven't checked out that video, I mean, you get to watch me get more and more tired as the night goes on, and I mean, if you're into that, you can go ahead and watch that. But I just haven't had a lot of time this week, but I do have some things to show you. So let's get started. If you did watch that FlossTube video, the 24 hours of cross stitch, then you've already seen this, but I was able to finish my Dragon Biscornu by Tiny Modernist during that marathon stitching. So here it is. Here's the front. And then here's the back. And I think it's super cute. Now this is part of her Biscornu of the month that she's doing this year. She's doing all like legendary creatures, mythical creatures. And that is January. So I finished the first of 12. The October one is super cute. It's a pixie, but it's like really pretty fall colors. If you guys don't want the whole series, that's fine, but you should check out that pixie Biscornu. If I can, I'll put a picture of it up here. Super cute. But I am stitching them in order, so I moved on to the second one, which I'll show you here when I get to WIPS. But yeah, so this is the first one done. I am not going to finish them off into Biscornus until I'm done stitching with all of them. So you guys might have to wait, I don't know, 2-3 years. Who knows? We'll see how long it takes me to get all 12 of them done. But I loved it. I think it's super cute, and I love it on the opalescent fabric. I don't know if you can tell that it's opalescent fabric. Probably should have told you that. Maybe you can kind of see some shimmer. I don't know. But I'm doing all of them on this white opalescent fabric because I think the fantasy and mythical creatures just will look great on some sparkle. So, let's see. That was my only finish because I really haven't been able to stitch that much this week. But moving on, why don't we just draw for the giveaway now? I feel like drawing for the giveaway. So if you remember from my last video, I decided that for my 1-year FlossTube anniversary, I'm going to send one of you this Dragonfly pillow chart kitted up with the anchor flosses and this fabric from my stash. It's called Mercedes from Picture This Plus. And that's actually a pretty good representation of it right there. So it's this light blue fabric, and I kitted up with anchor floss, and I'll be sending it out to one of you, and then I have kitted it up a second time for myself so that one of you who gets it, which I will be able to tell you in just a second, will be able to stitch this with me, which I think is super fun. I just want to connect with one of you guys as a thank you for hanging out with me on a regular basis. All right, so I had 20, I'm not going to show you the screen because I'm not that fancy, but I had 20 entries in my last video for this giveaway. And I have random.org pulled up with 1 to 20. Here we go. I'll generate my number. Lucky number 8, which is Amelia Owens. So Amelia Owens, yay! I will, after I get done filming this video, I'll comment on your comment, so hopefully you'll see it. And just get in contact with me. I have my email address down below, and you are the lucky winner of this Dragonfly pillow. I'm super excited to stitch it with you. So just email me with your address so I can get it out in the mail to you as soon as possible. And yeah. I'm so excited. Congratulations, Amelia. Let me just highlight that really quick so that I don't forget. Not that I don't have a record video of it so that I can look back and see who won if I did forget. I don't know, you guys, sometimes. All right. Yay! Well, that was exciting. Okay, moving on. let's talk about WIPS. Let's talk about WIPS, baby. Oh yeah, you guys, I've made up this song for WIPS. I'm not Kitten Stitcher, so I'm not going to sing it all, but if you didn't recognize that tune, that's the tune that it goes to. Anyways. Okay, so my WIPs all have to do with enchanted stitching. The Facebook group Enchanted Stitching Challenges. It's a Disney themed cross stitch challenge group. If you don't know about it, I talked about it I think in my last video. Yeah, definitely in my last video I talked about it. So if you have any questions about it, you can go back there or you can check them out on Facebook yourself. This month we are focusing on challenges related to Nightmare Before Christmas, which I really love. I love all things Tim Burton, so this excites me. I really like this movie. But anyways, I'll just go through my WIPs. I'll go through the challenges, tell you how I connected them. I use the same WIP for a lot of things, so I won't show you the WIP more than once, but I'll still tell you the connections because I think that's kind of fun to hear how people connect their stuff to the challenges. So here we go. Week 1, I kind of talked about this in my 24 hours of cross stitch too, so I'll be brief. The first of 4 challenges on week 1 had to do with stitching on something that scares you because the citizens of Halloween Town are scary. But I chose to stitch on a project for my friend. I call it Joe's house because I'm stitching it for my friend Joe, and I am stitching this house, which is the first house that he and his wife bought, and he wanted me to he asked me to design a cross stitch for him that had the house on it for their first house together, and their dog too. So I hope I'm saying a lot of uhs in there, so I hope you got all that. There we go. So this is where I am on it now. I didn't do all of this for this one challenge, but I did 250 stitches for the project that scares you, and it scares me because I'm nervous that when I get done stitching it, he won't like it. I'm pretty sure he will like it, but you know, there's that little bit of maybe he won't like it. Who knows? This is how far I am though. You can kind of see it's a house now. So I have, these are the garage doors. This is the outline of my friend Joe and his wife Lizzie. This is their dog. I'm going to do French knots on the top of the dog's head. So if it looks unfinished, that is why. It's a golden doodle. So I figured some French knots to give the appearance of some curls on there would be kind of nice. This is a needle minder called, it says living on a pear. It's a food pun, which I love. And yeah, this is where I am. Garage doors are done. I was going by color. I finished all the white first, and then I was going to stitch all the beige color next, but I got tired of it. It goes all in here too. I have to fill in all this with that beige. So I got kind of sick of it, so I decided to start with this dark gray for the shingles on their house. We'll see. I have another thread of dark gray on here loaded up, so that'll probably be the next thing I work on, is continuing on that roof, but that's where it is. I will put a picture up here of the house so you guys can kind of see what I'm working off of. Yeah, that's Joe's house I used for that one. Then the next challenge was stitch on the colors of Halloween, which is red and black or slimy green. And they also included white or orange, and I stitched on Joe's house because I was stitching on all this white in there at that time. Then you had to stitch on something that you had chose as your, is it posthumous? When you're dead, after you die. Posthumous? Who knows? You guys will laugh at me and tell me if I'm wrong, but I said I would need a dog, so I stitched on Joe's house for the dog for that one. And then, okay, the last one for week 1 was Jack is bored with his monotony of doing Halloween over and over, and so stitch on something that has a repetitive design. So what I did was I stitched on Mother's Tree here because it is definitely monotonous. It's all the same color right now, and these rows are like 100 stitches wide, and you just stitch an entire 100 stitches over and back. So this is where I am on that. And here's the cover of that if you've never seen it. It's called Mother's Tree. And that is where I am. Someday I will finish that tree and be able to start stitching the names, which is, let's be honest, that's what I'm excited about. Sorry, my foot is itchy, so I'm itching it. Oh, my foot is itchy. Look at my socks. Oh, my friend Susan got me these socks. I don't know if you can read it because it's sideways, but I think it's funny. Look at that girl with her bun and knitting needles through the bun. And it says that bad word, so I'm not going to say it out loud. You can maybe read it upside down. Anyways, I don't know, guys. I'm in a weird mood. So that was week 1. I did 250 stitches on each of those challenges to get maximum points for all of them. Maximum points. Okay, so the next week, second week, which is not done yet. And I'm not done with my challenges yet, and it's due by tonight, so I better get working on it after this video gets done being filmed. The first one has to do with all the different holiday trees that Jack comes upon in the forest. If you've never seen the movie, he walks into a clearing, and there's a ring of trees, and each of them has a door that's themed a different holiday. So he is in Halloween land, but there's like a Christmas or holiday door, and then there's a Easter door, and I think there's a St. Patrick's Day door. I don't remember all the other ones, but there's a whole bunch of different holiday doors. And he goes into the Christmas one. That's the point of the movie, is he goes into the Christmas door, goes to Christmas Town, and learns about Christmas because he didn't know it existed. But anyways, so this challenge is to stitch on something that relates to whichever door you would go through. So I am going to go through the Christmas door also, and I'm going to stitch on my Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate. So here's the overall design. And this month we are working on Hang Mistletoe for the 12 Months of Christmas Sale from Caitlin, A Stitch for Mom. And I haven't worked on it at all for this challenge yet, but I will. I worked on it during the 24 hours of cross stitch. So if you watch that video, then you've seen it for that. But this is how far I am on the block for this month. And then I need to do another 250 stitches, hopefully tonight, because then I will get my maximum points for enchanted stitching. And here it is overall. I mean, it's getting pretty big here. And I am doing a blue conversion. I decorate with blue and silver at Christmas time, so I'm putting a lot more blue into this pattern than is charted. There I am. I am also making sure I use a little bit of Etoile in every block because I think Etoile is super fun to work with. So this month, this whole ribbon for Hang Mistletoe will be in Etoile. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. Maybe not. This light isn't good for showing off sparkles, huh? Okay, so hopefully I'll be working on that tonight. Then the next one is, okay, so in the movie, Jack tries to explain to everyone else in Halloween Town what Christmas is because none of them know what it is. And they're all a little bit confused, but they're all very excited because Jack's excited. So stitch on something that you didn't know everything about when you started. You're excited about, but you don't necessarily understand it or know everything about. So the hint there was mystery cells, which thank goodness they put that hint because otherwise I don't know what I would have done. But so I'm working on the next Biscornu for the Tiny Modernist Biscornu of the month. Now I work on these when I'm at work. So I did most of the stitching on this when I was at work, and then today I actually put in the last little bit to get up to 250 stitches for the challenge. But the February block, or the February Biscornu, is this mermaid Biscornu, and this is where I am on her. So she's an upside down mermaid. I noticed this. So, okay. Look at this. When I hold it, this is how it's charted. Right in the top left-hand corner, she's upside down, right? With the dragon, top left-hand corner is right side up. And, it doesn't matter if it's necessarily top left-hand corner because it's a Biscornu. Every way that you rotate it, it's the same. But they're right side up on the top left, always. This one is upside down on the top left always. So, I don't know. It's just something I noticed while I was stitching it. It might drive me nuts just a little bit, but it's okay because it's still super cute. I just wish this mermaid was right side up. I mean, when I get to this one, no, she'll be sideways. When I get to this one, she'll be right side up, but it's just weird to have a right side up one on the bottom and not on the top. Maybe you guys won't follow that at all, but that's how I feel about it. It's still super cute, and I'm still super excited about it, though. Then the next one is Sally uses a variety of ingredients in her cooking. Okay, so Sally makes a soup for Dr. Finkelstein, and which is, if you've never watched the movie, that probably doesn't make any sense. She's essentially a captive. She's kind of a play off of Dr. Frankenstein and Adam. She would be Adam. But she wants to get away from him, but he doesn't want her to. So she puts in his soup, she puts, what is it? What's it saying here? Something bane, wolf's bane or something that knocks him out so that she can escape. But in order to cover that up, because it would be a distinctive smell or taste or whatever, in order to cover up that she put that in his soup, she uses frog's breath, which overpowers every other smell and taste in the soup. I decided, so the challenge is to stitch on something that you would cook, essentially. Stitch on an ingredient, explain if you're cooking for friend or foe, blah, blah, blah. And I said that I was going to use something that is very similar to frog's breath, which is dog's breath, which similarly overpowers all other scents in my soup. But instead of leaving you, let's see, what did I say? Let me use the words, because I looked at the Wikipedia. I looked at the wiki for frog's breath to make sure that I understood the side effects of frog's breath. It says it leaves a bitter scent and taste, frog's breath does. Instead of that, dog's breath, although it still smells strongly, it gives you a warm and comfortable feeling in your belly because it's something nice instead of something terrible. So I stitched on Joe's house, which has the dog, because dog's breath. Anyways, next one, which is the last one. He wants to try something new. Okay, Jack wants to try something new and he wants to do the whole Christmas thing. So stitch on something that was trying something new. And this is the first time that I've ever charted people. Now I haven't stitched them yet, but it's the first time that I've ever tried charting a person. So it's something new for me. And that is it. That is all my WIPS. All right. So the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about today is I want to show you some stuff for my shop. So normally I would say if you're not interested in shop updates, go away. But I think that these are super cute and everyone should want to stay and look at them. So everyone stay and look at them. I am putting up two new bags on my Etsy shop today. I have an Etsy shop called Designs by Madamice. It's linked below, and I sell project bags and just a couple patterns. When I chart something for myself and stitch it up, then I'll put it up in my shop. It's not like anything super serious, but I don't know. I figured if I'm charting it for myself anyways, I might as well put it up on my shop. So, but mostly I sell project bags, and so I have two new project bags. They are big enough to fit 11 by 11 Q snaps, and they are kind of Halloween themed. In my opinion, you could use them always, but they're kind of Halloweeny. So I have a limited supply of them. I only made a couple of them, and I'm not making any grime guards to go with these because I also sell grime guards, and usually I have a pairing in my shop. But anyways, without any further ado, here is the first one. Oh, I love it so much. I love sugar skulls. I only I just love sugar skulls. I think they're so pretty. I like the bright colors. I use this purple zipper, and on the inside, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Bam! Yellow. It's bright yellow on the inside. And of course I have my pocket like always. It's got 2 spots for like markers or whatever, and then just an open pouch so you can put stuff in there. Keep it a little bit separated from your fabric and floss. Oh, I love this. It's so cute. I have 2 of them. I will have 2 of them in the shop. So, not very many. I don't have any more fabric. So, and then of course I put a zipper pull on all my bags. And here's my zipper pull for this one. I really love this charm. It's super cute, that sugar skull. And yeah, I've got some glittery, colorful on the zipper pull. Yeah, so there is project bag number 1. Like I said, they're big enough to fit 11 by 11 Q-snaps. They're about 14 inches by 14 inches. Project bag number 1. And then the second one, which, you guys, I have to buy one for myself. I have to, because I just love this so much. I love this bag. Okay, so here it is. Look at this. Isn't this so cool? Look at it. Okay, so it's skeletons, like mermaid skeletons, but they're having a super exciting, sweet party. Look at that. He's playing his little guitar for her. Oh, and look at her bikini top. I mean, she's still rocking it, and she's dead. And then let's see if I've got some different ones on the back. Yep, look at those guys. Having a great time. Blowing on his shell there. Oh, it's so pretty. This is my type of colors. I just love this color palette. And then for the zipper pull, if it ever stops swinging around here, for the zipper pull on these ones, I have these little starfish, teal starfish. And if you look at these beads, I think they're super cool because they're turquoise, but they look like, bones. I think it's super cool. Oh, I just love it. And then the lining for this one is this really cool like wave fabric. It's teal wave. And then of course I've got the pockets on this one. Now, the pockets for these bags, they vary a lot. So if you notice this one, it's got the seahorse over here and then the skeletons playing over here. Some of them have the skeletons over here and some of the sea life on the little marker pockets, but I tried to place them, for every pocket. There's a distinct motif that shows up really well on it. So it's not like it's going to be half of a motif and it's going to look weird. It's not just like the top of their head in this. It would be, this entire scene with them. So which pocket you get will be just whichever one is on top of the pile. But I only have 4 of these ones. Because I'm keeping one for myself. So there's only 6 bags. There's no grime guards for either of them, but what are you going to do? I figured they're kind of like Halloween and it's October 13th, so I might as well get them up today and all of that. So I will be posting those on my Etsy shop while I am rendering this video. So I hope you guys go check it out there. Then I just wanted to show you this because I also will do custom bags for you. If you have fabric that you want to make a bag out of, please just reach out to me and I'll talk to you about how much that costs and all of that. But I've done a custom bag for a friend and this is it. And I think it's really pretty too. So I just wanted to show you guys what it is. So it's this really pretty dog sleds. And then her inside fabric that she sent it's like, I don't know, it's like the night sky. It's really dark blue. And of course I made a pocket in there and it's got the dog sled on it. So if you guys are interested in a custom bag, if you have some fabric and you aren't comfortable making your own project bags and you like how mine are, just get in contact with me. I need at least a half a yard of both the main and lining fabric, and we'll talk about it. But I just thought you guys might like to see this. Now, I will have a zipper pull for this one too. I just haven't made it yet. She actually purchased the charm too and sent me a charm that she wants to put on the zipper pull. So I just haven't gotten around to that yet. Doesn't take that long. But... And I think that is all. Oh, I have it written down. While I'm talking about my Etsy shop, just something crazy that I just wanted to share because I think it's super interesting. But this, I had a customer, her name is Anne, and I don't know if she watches FlossTube or not, but if you do, hello Anne. And I am from a very small area in Iowa, and her address was from that area, the next town over, well, one of the next towns over. And anyway, so I just messaged her and I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help but notice your address is from, that area, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, turns out she and my father were in the same graduating class. Isn't that crazy? I texted my dad and I was like, do you recognize this person's name? And he said, yeah, I think I recognize it. And then, he recognized her maiden name better because when they graduated high school, that was her name. But it's just such a small world. She had no idea that I would be his daughter when she ordered that bag. I mean, I live in Charleston, South Carolina now. I have a different name and all that. But anyway, super crazy, super small world. I love when stuff like that happens. So I just thought it'd be interesting to share with you guys. And I think that really is everything that I have to talk to you guys about. So I hope that you guys are having a great stitchy week, great stitchy weekend, and happy stitching, everyone. Bye.